the Procharger really does a good job.
Not one scratch.
Yes, ma'am.
PowerNation Under the Hood is brought to you by ARP.
This Trans Am is everything it was and everything it should have been.
Hey, Brian.
How you doing, Mr. Allen?
I'm great. How about you?
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you. Glad to be here.
What a ride, man.
Well, this is a little 80 pace car that we done for Angie, so she finally waited her turn and got something done for her.
Finally keep mama happy, right?
Try to, man.
Man, I can't get over all the detail in the bird on the hood. The crisp, the clean, the color combination, even with the satin finish silver, man, the bird is amazing.
Well, that was how it came in 80. The only thing we really did to that was made it flow better. The stock two-tone on the cars, you know, they could be off quite a bit. So,
right.
So you had a really wide stripe section coming through and not the best flow coming off onto the fender and the door. So
if GM would have seen this and knew exactly what it should have looked like, I think it'd have went a little different when they first started.
Well, they gave us a good start.
Oh,
anyway.
they did.
One of the painters in the shop pointed out I had Angie's silver 79 at the shop just looking at stuff when we were going together with this one, and he's like, and those marker lights look out of place. I mean, you got a big yellow light at the front and a red one at the back. Mm-hmm. We didn't want to fill them and get rid of them, but doing the clear marker light lenses made that just really clean up.
It changes the whole look all the way down the side of the car, man. Even the lock cylinders, the door handles are all body colored as well. No chipping, no nothing around it. The fit is great.
The door panels, you know, the stock car, everything was flat on the door panel. So you had kind of no flow from front to back. And again, Angie didn't want to change a whole lot, but we had Eric Black do a couple of renderings on the door panels, and we just, you know, kind of moved them out so we could offset the center part of them. The stock panel had a, you know, big cheesy square pull handle up here on the top of it. This was something that always broke, so, you know, we just kind of integrated everything in where it flows. The door release handles flushed into the top of the armrest, but still tried to keep the look of what the 80 pace car was.
Obviously not a factory seal plate. Is this something y'all made? Custom?
Yeah, I mean, again, just something to tie in some more details. So the stock seal plate was just a thin stamped aluminum piece. So we machined this and laser cut some acrylic pieces in there to bring some color to it and backlit those just to. We wanted to modernize a little bit of stuff without losing the integrity of what was there.
Is that a heated seat button?
Oh yeah, it's got heated seats.
Heated seats.
Heated seats, vintage air. We couldn't do air conditioned seats, but we could put seat heaters in it.
That's awesome, man.
Angie wanted the dash covered in leather, so it's a two-tone. The inset's white around the gauges. The gauges are a stock replacement piece from Classic Instruments. Looks just like the original gauges. Control panels from Vintage Air. We CAD modeled and 3D printed a little trim piece to go around the radio to make that piece look like it belongs. The shift knob is the stock shift knob covered in leather, and then we machined a aluminum bezel for the top of that just to kind of finish it off and give it a little more detail, but it's pretty much all the stock pieces, just refined a little bit to make them better than what they were.
Even the door shuts like it should, fits, the gaps are good. Rubber nose car. They have a lot of problems with the bumpers and stuff, but these are impeccable, man.
Well, we've got a lot of time in the bumpers. I hope neither one of them ever get hit, because we'd have to do the same thing again. But no, again, that was some of the most work on the car was the bumpers and interior panel, because they were terrible on the fit. I mean, nothing. You know, you might have a 1/8 of an inch gap, or you might have a 3/4 inch gap, and nothing was flush to the car. And that's the only thing that's been changed on the back, just getting everything to fit nicer than what it did stock.
The boxing of the ends of the pinstripe all the way around the car in the jams is consistent all the way around. There's a start and a stopping point on every panel, man. It's impeccable.
Well, to me, it's all about the details. I mean, if we've got the details there and we've got the details through the quality of the build, the stuff that you can't see, that's what makes the cars to me.
What about the window trim? It looks like it's almost molded into the car, you know what I mean? The flushness, the way it fits.
Front and rear moldings were manipulated to fit the body better, fit the glass better, and just try and tighten the gap up. And then once we had everything fitting as good as we could through the bodywork and paint process, everything kept getting refitted till everything was done.
So obviously it looks like a factory looking turbine wheel.
We did a wheel that's got the stock look, just bumped up from a 15 to 18 in the front, 19 in the rear. Did the painted detail, because the pace car, the wheel was white. We machined some new caps that are a lot smaller, still the stock emblem there, just small details to try and play off of what the original Pontiac stuff was.
Badass, man.
Thank you. Well, she's happy with it, so that's what's what's
the major.
important.
I do have one major question. What's under the hood?
It's got a little bit more than the stock 301 turbo motor had.
You know we got to see it.
Well, we can show you that. We got about 3.5 times what the stock turbo motor had, so.
A work of art, Alan. Absolute work of art, man.
Keith and Jeff Dorton at Automotive Specialist Racing Engines in Concord do a LS6 for us, and she wanted to keep the turbo hood. To me, we had to have a reason for that offset blister in the hood. So I got to thinking what we could do, and I like, well, maybe we can do a Procharger, and we can fill that area with the air cleaner off the back side of the Procharger. So Procharger came out with this new air-to-water intake last year, which got us a lot lower profile than anything else on the market, so that worked out real well.
It is super thin. Nothing's hidden, if you will. You know, it's still exposed, but it's clean and done.
Everything's here and in your face, but it's all got a purpose, and we tried to make it look like it would have came that way. I mean, you know, we didn't want to put braided hoses on it. We didn't want to put blue or red hose in. So all the Earl's fittings, everything's the Ultraflex carbon plumbing, all the Holley stuff on the car. We're using the Holley Dominator. Again, for us, quality on everything through the whole car pretty much means everything. So every fastener on the car is ARP, all the suspension pieces, all the engine parts. We've done a black finish on just to, we didn't want to use a factory bolt in these places because that's not, to me, that's not appropriate for this car.
Right.
We did want everything on the engine, the intake, those are all stainless to where they have a little bit of a pop. We got to have a little bit of bling here and there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Getting that contrast between the colors, to me, makes a big difference on what's there.
It really looks good, man. I noticed some lights though over there still in the blister on the hood.
Well, the factory turbo car had lights for low, medium, and high for the turbo, but we changed that around a little bit, so now it says Procharged instead of turbo, and I think we've got radical, gnarly, and bitchin' for the lights to come on. So.
Well, that's exactly what they should have did back then. You know, that's what they should have had. The hood hinges as well.
Yeah, I mean, again, we wanted something stock looking. Those are Ring Brothers hood hinges. We went with the more simple design that doesn't have all the detail, the black anodizing, to where they do their job. The hood open closes, fits good, but they don't stand out in your face when you open the hood up.
Didn't do the typical shimmy of the hood when it goes up and down either. They're pretty stiff and straight.
Yeah,
it just opens, closes like it should.
They're a lot nicer piece than the stock GM hinges were.
Not flexing everywhere.
We're using the radiator that we manufacture, Johnson's Radiator Works, and this was something new that we developed for this car, where we've got a integrated heat exchanger. So it's all bolted into one unit, so you're not having to mount another heat exchanger in front of the AC condenser in front of the radiator. For a lot of applications, we can make a unit that tightens all that up and have better cooling efficiency than other stuff on the market.
Unreal, man, absolutely unreal.
Well, you've seen everything under the hood. You want to go for a ride?
Dude, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. You ain't got to tell me twice. Yeah, boy. You can definitely tell that Procharger's there if you get on it.
I mean, car's quiet, you know, sitting and idling, so it's not something it's a lady's car. But
Yep.
When you mash the pedal,
It's there when she wants it.
it doesn't stay a lady's car.
Yeah, I can't get over the soft ride.
Roadster Shop's got their chassis stuff figured out. We'll send the car up to them and they'll scan it and build a chassis for us, and it just makes our job so much easier. And then the ride quality, as you can see, and how well it hooks up and performs. I mean, it'll handle better than I can drive. The Procharger really does a good job.
Oh, God. It's hard to keep your foot out of it, ain't it?
It'll get you in trouble.
I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Me too. It's a blessing to get to do what we do every day for the cool people we get to do it for. And this is 33 years I've been fortunate to go work on hot rods every day, and it's never like going to work.
Never a bad day at work.
No, even 12, 16 hours a day trying to meet deadlines 7 days a week, it's still, I look forward to it every day.
For everybody at home, I hope you get the blessing of meeting him, Mr. Allen, and his wife Angie at some point in your life, because it don't get no better than these two people right here, man. They are who they are in person, on TV, wherever you see them, they are who they are. And he builds exactly what you think he builds too. It's impressive.
Well, thank you. Now we're blessed to be able to do it.
Hey guys, we'd like to send a big thanks to Alan Johnson and his wife Angie for allowing us to use their beautiful Trans Am build. With over 1,000 hours of labor hiding in plain sight, how much more iconic can you get? But we want to hear from you. What ride do you want to see us feature next? Leave it in the comments below.